I'm very excited and I'm confident.
Well, I thank you for your time. Thank you for introducing yourself. And I hope many of the people here will get to know you and get to be as inspired about the potential of Indonesia and your ability to unleash it as I have been. Thank you very much, President Prabowo.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. My good friend,
President Prabowo, it's a great pleasure and an honor to be able to introduce you to many of the people here. We've come to know each other very well. For those who don't know, I, for about 50 years, have been in the business of trying to understand which countries will make extraordinary successes and why. And I've watched countries of great potential combined with great leadership result in extraordinary changes. Changes, for example, Deng Xiaoping in China, Prime Minister Modi in India. These were countries that I measure. And so I'm going to just very quickly try to share with you and have President Prabowo share with you the type of discussions that we have, because I believe he is one of those leaders in one of those situations. In other words, Indonesia is a country of great potential waiting for a transformation and waiting for a leader like Deng Xiaoping or President Modi. And I have learned that President Prabowo is that because we have talked about the potential and the challenges that Indonesia faces and how he's going to approach those. So I'm just going to take 1 minute and show you just some slides that are like a health index. So I'm hitting the clicker. There we go. This is a measure of, these are just different charts of measures of levels of conditions, health conditions that cover all countries, 24 major countries. And it shows that Indonesia has very low debt. This is an advantage. And it has very high levels of productivity for a number of reasons. In a growth curve, when you have the lower per capita income and so on, and you have the finances to build in infrastructure to make great transformations, and you have that money, you can make highly productive, great transformations. This is, and then we look at the problems. The problems is that we have talked about, problem of corruption, problem of, related to that, legal and property rights protections are relatively poor. There's low R&D for innovation. There's low education. However, the tests of those people indicate that they're very cost effective. And so with great education, there's great potential for that transformation. So President Prabowo, I'd like to have you explain to the people that are in this room that the type of conversations that we've had about dealing with these issues, the issues of corruption, legal and property rights protections, innovation, education. Over to you, because I'd like them to share in what you've shared with me about the approaches to those things.
Thank you, Mr. Dalio. Thank you very much. Yes, I think that in order to know what to do, we have to know where we are starting from. And exactly what you said about like some sort of a health check. If we are honest, we must be brave enough to face our weaknesses and our shortcomings. That's my opinion. And I think, and I'm convinced that our basic problem is there has been some sort of, I do not know, is it decline in moral leadership, decline in social leadership? But the corruption level of my country is very alarming, to say the least. And that's why I'm determined to use all the energy, all the authority invested in me by my constitution to try to overcome this disease, which I think is the root of all the decline in the sectors that you mentioned, our education sector, research and development, is because of the basic illness of corruption. And this needs, I think, courage on the part of my government. We have to be determined to provide clean government. And now, after 100 days, I feel that the majority of my people now are supporting me. They got the message because they suffer every day from this corruption. They see every day the what I would say, misspending of government funds, the blatant embezzlement, the low tax paid by most of the major businesses in Indonesia. All this is felt by the people, and when they see that there is a government now that's determined to move against this, to try to alleviate, to try to mitigate, they really support. So I think I myself was surprised that I got approval rate which was made by surveys not that I initiated. But yes, I think Ray, if I can call you Ray, because I consider
we're old friends. We call each other.
We're old friends. I really think that good governance is the key. And I felt it. You see, after 100 days, I managed to save $20 billion. That I'm convinced, had I not saved that money, it would have disappeared into thin air. So I'm now very bullish. I'm very confident, and I think everybody, the Indonesian people especially, understand this.
You've described. Sorry.
I'm facing some resistance from the entrenched bureaucracy. Some of them consider themselves untouchables, but I'm determined to move. I'm determined to enforce the law.
In addition to taking on the corruption issue, and we've talked about throwing people in jail and all of those other things, you were very clear in legal and property rights protections, how you're going to improve those, and also creating an innovative environment that is going to be important. And related to that, the new Sovereign Wealth Fund, to be able to invest that money efficiently in the development of the economy as well as other means of developing excellent returns. All of those in the next 5 minutes I'd like you to touch on as best you can.
Yes, I think that when in my journey in the social, political, economic sectors, I find that we have now many young Indonesians who have creative and innovative ideas, and they are putting into practice in most fields. And I think they need opportunity. And I think with a new climate of meritocracy, climate of clean governance, leadership by example, I think this will foster more creativity, more innovation. And of course, the legal and property rights, the key is, again, how to move very strongly against corruption. We need to have good judiciary, I'm determined to improve the quality of life of our judges significantly. Now we have the financial resources by the savings we made. And yes, there's a new investment fund. Actually, it's a very old idea, but I don't know, maybe vested interests over the years. So it's been passed by Parliament. We have this fund, we call it Danantara, which means actually the future energy of Indonesia. So we have now consolidated the initial evaluation. It's around north of 900 billion US, and asset under management, and the initial investment cash fund this year will be 20 billion US dollars. And I think this will be transformative. We plan to start something like between 15 to 20 multi-billion dollar projects, and which will create a significant value add for us. So basically, I'm very confident, I'm very bullish. We will go, let us say, full speed ahead. I remember a naval hero who, when he was asked to surrender in a battle, I think it was the American Navy, US Navy against British Navy, John Paul Jones replied, I have not yet begun to fight. So I think this will be my motto. After 100 days, I have not yet begun my struggle, and I'm convinced that we will achieve significant progress. Of course, with a lot of advice from everywhere. I'm open to advice from everywhere. I'm going to engage the best brains from everywhere. We must admit our shortcomings. We need better managers. Maybe for the next 5-10 years, we have to recruit the best managers, the best brains from everywhere. Basically, I want to copy, to take the best examples from UAE, from Qatar, and from many of the very rapid developing economies, China, Vietnam, Singapore, and I think we have to learn from the best practices of the world.
Picking up on that, you emphasized to me that theme and the relationships, establishing the relationships with the people who have both the capability intellectually to provide the guidance, but also the resources to help to develop your country. So I want to emphasize to everybody, or give you the opportunity, now as you speak to these people who are coming from all these other countries and have all these other talents, I think it's so important to emphasize your welcoming and your desire to have those relationships and the desire to do deals, to make things happen. Maybe you could take a minute on that.
Yes, for instance, I'm opening the health sector for foreign entities to open hospitals, medical centers. I'm opening our education sector. Foreign institutions can open schools now, can open campuses, can open universities. I'm opening the infrastructure sector completely, opening to the private sector. From abroad, foreign companies can come in on a BOT basis, build, own, and transfer after a certain period. I'm determined to get the best brains to participate in our economy. So I'm very excited, actually, Ray. I'm very excited and I'm confident.
Well, I thank you for your time. Thank you for introducing yourself. And I hope many of the people here will get to know you and get to be as inspired about the potential of Indonesia and your ability to unleash it as I have been. Thank you very much, President Prabowo.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. My good friend, I always want to meet you because I like to pick your brains. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.